Welcome everyone to the most must-see show on Monday nights. Welcome to Raw is Rematches.
Yeah. Especially after a big show like Super Showdown, it usually is a lot of rematches. Man, we even had one from the Mixed Match Challenge.
Yep.
I didn't even think about that as... Oh, jeez. All right, well, luckily Raw was still pretty good. So, the order of things that happened on Raw, we had DX challenge the Brothers of Destruction to a tag team match at Crown Jewel after what happened at Super Showdown. That is official. Bobby Lashley defeated Kevin Owens in a rematch from probably last week, maybe a couple weeks ago. Yeah. But we've got a heel Bobby Lashley on our hands now as he very much targeted Kevin Owens.
Unless Kevin Owens is just going to keep being a heel for being bullied.
He's just going to get more angry that he was bullied and just be even more of a heel.
Right. It's just going to be like how Kevin Owens was the bad guy when Braun was bullying him.
Guess we'll have to wait and find out. But then Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush did interrupt an interview that was being conducted with Balor and Bayley. So that kind of puts a little bit more heel points on it. Elias sung about...
It's going to be a mixed tag team match.
Elias sang about John Cena and how much he hated being in Australia. Ronda and the Bellas won a rematch against the Riot Squad, but then both the Bella Twins attacked Ronda Rousey, and it is official. Ronda Rousey will defend the Raw Women's Championship against Nikki Bella at WWE Evolution. B&B then defeated Mahalisha in not a mixed match challenge match, but still a rematch from the mixed match challenge. Wasn't a win added to their round robin score, but it just puts more sad points on Mahalisha.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of dissension between the Dogs of War. Drew kind of calling out Dolph for not really pulling his weight around. Then Braun told them both to shut up and that they needed to focus on their rematch against the Shield in the main event. We then had the Shield later on talk about how they tried to break us, but they can't. They think they're the bad guys, but we're the bad guys and we're going to beat them. We'll talk about that later. Talked a little bit more about the WWE World Cup, which will be an 8-man tournament that'll happen all in one night at Crown Jewel. We'll have 4 guys from SmackDown, 4 guys from Raw. The one person that it was officially announced was John Cena. I think he's for the Raw brand. I don't fully know because he's a free agent, so he doesn't really work on it. He's probably just like, hey, if we decide that we want a 4th Raw guy, we could just say, John Cena's a SmackDown guy.
Yeah. It's probably going to be that John Cena's a Raw guy, and then he's going to win the tournament and then take off his Raw shirt and reveal a SmackDown shirt.
Surprise.
Yeah.
SmackDown wins the WWE World Cup. But this turned into Baron Corbin creating a battle royal to determine another Raw competitor, or the first Raw competitor, to join the World Cup. Heath Slater tried to get in on the action, and Baron Corbin just said he wasn't good enough, so Baron Corbin put himself into a ring full of jobbers. There was just a bunch of random dudes from different countries. Baron Corbin eliminated all of them, except for this lowly little conquistador guy, who got back in, delivered 3 German suplexes, and an angle slam, and then eliminated him, and revealed to be
Edge.
Kurt. No, because that probably would have killed Edge.
Oh yeah, that's right, it was the Hardys.
Jeff is on SmackDown, and Matt is retired. Christian is also retired. It was Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was stuck a couple decades ago, I guess.
That was a different timeline you went through?
I mean, no, I'm just remembering back to when Los Conquistadors were revealed to be Edge and Christian and then the Hardys.
Yeah, that's true. But it was not Edge or Christian or either of the Hardys. It was Kurt Angle. So Kurt Angle will be in the WWE World Cup when they head to Saudi Arabia. Then we had Ember Moon defeat Nia Jax by countout in a friendly competition match because Nia took one hell of a shot to the LED board. Trish Stratus came out to address all of the shit-talking that Alexa Bliss has been doing. Alexa and Mickey came out to shit-talk a little bit more. This has now been switched into a tag team match where Alexa and Mickey will team up to take on Trish Stratus and her partner Lita, who came out and helped her beat up Mickie James. This is more than likely because Alexa's not quite healed up, so Mickey will probably run most of the match. They just want to make sure that Alexa's good to go, but she doesn't have to work super hard, so understandable. Gable and Rude defeated the Ascension because the Ascension just can't fucking win a tag team match. But Rude was a little confused as to why Gable just decided to take it upon himself to win the match all by himself. And then that was quickly put to rest because the Authors of Pain came out and beat up all 4 guys.
Yeah.
Then Paul Heyman came out and talked about Brock Lesnar again. Fuck it. And the Dogs of War defeated The Shield in a fantastic main event from Monday Night Raw. Thomas Wolfe, what did you like about Monday Night Raw?
Oh, I'll say, and this would normally be something I would put as a love, but because it was the best thing on Raw. But I'm just going to say I liked the main event.
All right.
The thing is, it was a rematch, and it was a really good match, but I've also seen this combination of people a lot in matches, so it's hard to give it a love, and then that kind of bleeds through to the rest of Raw, where it's hard to find something. I thought Raw was good, but it's hard to find the thing that stands out as I loved that.
Yeah, and the rematches tend to make it a little, as good as the main event was. Some fantastic moments for all 6 guys. But the fact that it literally just happened 2 days ago in Australia.
Yeah.
And we've had different combinations of all 6 of these guys over the course of the last month or 2. Since SummerSlam, we've had combinations of these guys.
Lots of segments that just turned into brawls between all 6 of them.
So yeah, it takes away. While it was still good, it takes away a little of that. It makes it less special when we've seen it so many times, but still a great match. I'm gonna give my to. You know what? I'm gonna make this a little strange. I'm gonna give my to Bobby Lashley. It's only gonna stay a if he actually is heel. Because if they fucking try and twist this next week on Raw, I'm going to be real mad. But it makes more sense not only for this particular storyline, because not many people are really excited about Bobby Lashley. People really like Kevin Owens. But it also makes more sense having a heel Bobby Lashley teaming with a heel Mickie James in Mixed Match Challenge.
Yeah.
So now you don't have Mickie James trying to play babyface while she's teaming with Bobby Lashley.
Right.
Now they can just be heels, because still Lio Rush comes out, and it's still the mouthpiece, so you still have this whole heel faction in the Mixed Match Challenge. But I think I could potentially get into the idea of Bobby Lashley just being a muscle-bound, beat the fuck out of whoever's across the ring from me heel. Because I think that is where he excels. He is not charismatic. He's a little bit athletic, but he's the black version of Brock Lesnar. I don't care about either guy. So to see Bobby Lashley just get aggressive the way he did with Kevin Owens and then have the mouthpiece of Lio Rush, I can start enjoying segments that have Bobby Lashley. Plus, I think it's about time Kevin Owens became a babyface, because enough people really like him.
Yeah.
Even though he was getting a lot of heat last week with Elias, but that doesn't matter. What was your love?
That's what I've been trying to figure out. I guess the only thing to love is the surprise Kurt Angle return.
Yeah, that was done very well.
Yeah, the fact that it was hidden so well that you couldn't really tell who it was until he started going.
Yeah. Once he starts hitting the Kurt Angle moves, then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he looked like another nonchalant jobber in that gold conquistador suit.
Yeah.
And you didn't see the very beginning when Baron Corbin literally read out everyone's name, and they did little poses, and watching Conquistador just do little gestures and stuff like that. I was like, okay, this is definitely Baron Corbin is just gonna fast track his way into the World Cup. And I was like, okay, well, I was thinking, okay, maybe the Conquistador is Heath Slater, but then I was like, no, he's too round to be Heath Slater. And then I was like, okay, well, it's got to be somebody. Somebody's got to get into this. And then once the German suplexes started going, I was like, let it be Kurt Angle.
Right.
Fantastic. And it was. And it was just, it's a cool way to bring Kurt Angle back. He can now still rest up for a couple more weeks before they go to Saudi Arabia. And it adds a feud that he can now get into with Baron Corbin when he comes back.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to see Kurt Angle back. And he looked, I mean, he didn't do a whole lot, but he looked good.
No, he did that, like, random-ass fucking front flip, though, that was...
Yeah, he was trying to be luchador.
Yeah, but, like, I mean, it looked good.
Yeah. Go Kurt.
Yeah. Are you going to second that, or do you have something else?
I was going to second that, but I'll actually go with... You know what? I will go with the just like Bobby Lashley was a good decision. I'm gonna go with the Bellas attacking Ronda Rousey. Another good decision, I think, especially for the situation. I know you haven't seen Super Showdown yet,
Right.
and you didn't really get to see a lot of the match tonight. But since the whole fiasco with Brie kicking Liv in the face. Which they actually, I'm gonna actually give this whole match my love because I think they did a really good job, not only at Super Showdown but here as well. Brie has been on the receiving end of a lot of heat online.
Oh yeah,
and it's shit happens. Wrestling.
Right.
Wrestling is not a gentle sport or a gentle entertainment in any way, shape, or form. And I understand that, Brie could be more careful, but, it's not all her fault. Yeah. So I think not only has she gotten better, they actually had Liv just, like, straight up smack her in the face, and, like, they fucking cat fought a little bit at the beginning of this one, so it was just, like, they added a little bit of theatrics to... I mean, I don't really think that Liv Morgan and Brie Bella are, like, mad at each other. I don't think Liv's like, oh, I hate Brie Bella for kicking me in the face, because Liv knows what it takes to be a wrestler, and she's good. And so I think with all of that heat, it is now with that in comparison to who was Ronda going to face for the championship, it is a perfect time to turn the Bellas heel, because the whole Brie and Brian versus the Mazanins is over.
Yeah.
Now capitalize on people not liking the Bellas.
Yeah.
And give enough reason as to why Ronda Rousey would say, "Yeah, I'll defend my championship against Nikki Bella." And I think it was done really well.
Yeah, I just want to comment on the vitriol that's come out aimed toward Brie Bella.
That was my bad. My elbow slipped off the table. Keep going.
Aimed toward Brie Bella in the wake of this whole thing, because I will be the first to say I don't really care about the Bella Twins. I don't think either of them are particularly good wrestlers. If pressed, I'd say Brie's better, but
more often than not, Brie's better.
But shit happens in wrestling, and Daniel Bryan tweeted out in her defense. I mean, kind of obviously, because of course he would. But he pointed out that, do you know how many times I've been kicked in the head? Do you know how many times I've kicked people in the head? A lot. It happens. And this is the first time Bree's actually hurt someone in a match.
Yeah.
And so, unless you're Bret Hart, who went his whole career without hurting anyone, you can't really be mad at someone for fucking up one time.
And it's funny that you brought up Bret Hart, because I was going to say, who wears all the, everyone loves Owen Hart, but he broke Stone Cold's neck with a pile driver.
Right.
And people call Owen one of the best in the business.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, that's potentially the only injury he's ever caused. And you don't hear Stone Cold going, "Oh, fuck Owen Hart for breaking my neck." He loved Owen.
Yeah.
It happens. It probably wasn't all Brie's fault, because Liv had her fucking face down.
Right.
So Liv probably takes a little bit of the responsibility as well. So to just jump on her because, oh, God forbid, she has a little bit of ring rust. Liv had a concussion. Liv's fine. She's back wrestling again. She had a week off. Leave Brie the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Now you can hate on her because she's a heel.
Right.
But don't say she can't wrestle, because 90% of you motherfuckers can't either. So
yeah,
there you go. I'm glad we just called out a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine.
I love calling out people on the internet.
Yeah, we're keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
By the way, the guy who commented on our video a couple days ago saying, "Hey, no one watches your shit, so put it somewhere else, you idiots." Fuck you. But thanks for watching our video.
Yeah. I just...
Did you dislike anything?
Yeah. Actually, I had something that I've been kind of saving up.
Okay, go for it.
Couple years ago, when we went to SmackDown together.
Yes, I do remember.
Do you remember who got the pop of the night unexpectedly?
Portland's favorite wrestler.
I dislike
Heath motherfucking
that Heath Slater was not considered good enough to be in the Battle Royal, yet all of these random ass jobbers were. Baron Corbin.
And here's the thing, like, Heath Slater has been him and Rhino have kind of been regulated to like tag team jobbers. Yeah. So you really could have put
Portland's favorite wrestler is definitely a cut above all of these guys that were in this match except for one.
Except for Kurt Angle.
But we can ignore that for now. Heath Slater should have got a spot in this Battle Royal.
I hope. I mean,
Heath Slater should get a one-on-one match against Kurt Angle next week.
Here's one thing. Okay, you know what? I'm going to piggyback on this.
In order to see who gets the spot in the World Cup. # Justice for Heath.
There you go. Yeah, I don't really have anything throughout the night that I really disliked because, you know, a lot of things made sense. A lot of things make sense for build. But I'll continue with the WWE World Cup. It's the World Cup. So why are the first two people announced people from America?
Well, one of them's the Conquistador, I think, technically. Because Kurt Angle said he was still on vacation. So I think he's not in as an American.
It only counts if Kurt Angle wrestles as the Conquistador.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to happen. So again, I'll say, in a tournament with only 8 people, and you have so many nationalities on the WWE roster, 2 absolute 100% American dudes.
The 2 most American guys on the roster.
I mean,
who have built their entire personas around being American.
I mean, just on Raw, you have Drew from Scotland. You have Finn from Ireland. You have both of the authors of Pain are from, you know, one's from Albania. One of them's from fucking, I don't even remember, like somewhere in Northern Europe. I mean, you have at least 3 Mexicans on the 205 Live roster, and all 3 members of Lucha House Party. Like,
you have the Ascension from the Wasteland.
There you go.
Which I don't think is in America.
Actually, yeah. Me and Kevin Hawk figured out that. Remember when the Dudleys and the Ascension had like that big feud?
Yeah.
It's because the Ascension is from the Wasteland, which is almost adjacent to Dudleyville.
Oh, okay.
And it's just a long brooding feud. It's been going on for centuries.
Okay. That makes sense.
All the past Dudleys have gone against other people from the Wasteland, so it's a whole thing. But I think they're both in America somewhere.
Okay.
But yeah, why? Like, let's be a little less American, and let's not be like, hey, we're so cool, we're gonna have more of our guys in it. Let's put the world in it. You know,
unless it's only going to be like 4 countries represented, which doesn't really feel like the world, and every country gets 2 people.
That's dumb.
It is, but at least that way it wouldn't be weighted toward any side.
Like, there's even more nationalities over on fucking SmackDown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Bulgaria.
SmackDown's diverse as fuck.
Like, you got Andrade from Mexico. You got Kofi's from Africa. He's from Ghana, West Africa.
Yeah.
Put him in that motherfucker. Anyway.
You could enter Kofi twice. Once from Africa and once from Jamaica.
Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews is, like, his dad's from Nigeria. Put Apollo Crews on the shit.
And we haven't even mentioned the Canadian wrestlers who could be in their own fucking tournament. There's so many of them.
That's very true. Most of which you don't even realize. Hey, Jinder Mahal's another one of those people you could put in too. He could either be Indian or Canadian.
Yep.
There you go. But anyway, it was
That's how they're going to balance out the 2 American guys. They're gonna put in gender and say he's representing Canada and India.
Oh, that's fucked up. But not unlikely. Okay, well, with that being said, that was Monday Night Raw. This has been our Raw review. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, do all the YouTube things.
Yeah, the likes, the comments, the subscribes. Comment things that are nice. Like, don't tell us to put our videos somewhere else. Fuck you, dude.
I mean, comment things that are mean too. Whatever.
I mean, yeah, we comment back.
It helps our analytics. So whatever you want to do.
But preferably, who would you like to see added to the WWE World Cup? What do you think about the heel turn of both the Bella Twins and Bobby Lashley? What do you think about the return of Kurt Angle? Let us know those things down below. We like to have conversations on these videos. But we also want to check out all of those social media links. Follow us on various ones. Check out our podcast. If it's working, I wasn't able to get the last 2 videos up as podcasts last week, so I'll try with this one. That's the SoundCloud link. And you can also check out Reasonable Wrestling Fans. Yes, indeed. That is reasonable with a W, like wrestling. Where we have the list with Kevin Hawk. We have Question of the Week with Thomas Wolfe. We have other videos that are loosely based around wrestling, but every single month we have an unboxing video from our friends at Pro Wrestling Crate, where we don't get shirts like this Defy shirt, because I got this at a Defy show, and we don't get Dean Ambrose t-shirts, because we got that off WWE Shop, but we do get these cool little micro brawlers. We get other t-shirts and a bunch of other stuff. We also get Braun. You can see what box he came in, but you have to check out the playlist over on Reasonable Wrestling Fans. So for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. 2 other Americans that should not be in the World Cup.
Yep.
Fuck Modus.
Is that fuck and Modus?
No, fuck can be in it.
Okay.
Modus. No.
All right.
No Modus.